Welcome back to another fantastic episode with the Omni Garage boys. So today, it's another wheel cleaning video, but something quite exciting for us. So we made a really big order from the House of Rags, got it shipped to New Zealand. Huge expense to us, by the way, but here we are. We really like testing out chemicals that the house supplies. And so for us, new set of chemicals here, we're using the Luminus Blaze as our wheel and tire cleaner, and Luminus Aqua as a sort of a touchless, what would you call it? Not a sealant, but a bit of water beading protection to the wheels.
Just a little bit of protection, and more so it makes your wheels easier to wash next time, doesn't it? Because the water's going to beat off them.
So we are on a hunt for, I suppose, finding a wheel and tire cleaner that is for really hammered, dirty wheels. We have a shop here, we run the shop full time, and so we are seeing customers' wheels that are way dirtier than ours enthusiast wheels will ever get. You know, these guys have never washed the wheels ever in their ownership of the vehicle, and so we need something that's really heavy hitting, something that Glenn and I had never really considered before, but it's something that we need, and it's a product that we need to find so that when we do come across these wheels, we're not spending a lot of time and effort in scrubbing really hard to remove, I suppose, baked on dirt, grime and brake dust.
There's two things though. I mean, yes, we're looking for a product that can be a really heavy hitter on extremely dirty wheels, and we're going to show you in a minute the wheels that we've got behind Glenn there. But I think the other thing is as well, is that potentially on those enthusiast wheels or the slightly cleaner wheels that come along, it opens up the ability to potentially do a touchless wheel cleaning. So kind of a
I don't think you're ever going to get to the point of a touchless wheel clean. We can't even touchless clean a vehicle yet, so how are you going to do that? I do think there's going to be some agitation there, but the way that we're going to sort of try out these products is if we spray it onto the wheel, give it a rinse, how much cleaning power does the chemical do with just rinsing it off? Because if I introduce brushes and scrubbing, then any cleaner is going to do a pretty reasonable job. It's really hard to work out how good the chemical is, and so we're going to spray it onto the wheel, let it dwell for a period of time, rinse it off, and we're going to compare sort of front to back. Glenn can come in and show the quality of the wheels here.
Let's show here. So
these are BMW wheels. Brake dust is really bad on these vehicles, and so it'll be interesting to see how this sort of tackles it.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. It looks gunmetal grey, but I can tell you they are gloss black wheels. So this is our front wheel. This, I think, is where we're going to spray the
chemical on.
Yep, because this is our bigger, or actually I think they're both just as dirty as each other. We can actually come back here and look at the rear wheel.
And then we'll just do a straight rinse, no contact, no chemical on the back here to sort of show you a comparison.
Yeah, and again, I'll kind of do that finger test. We'll leave a spot in there, given we're not going to manually agitate here. So pretty filthy. This car, we haven't seen it for about 5 weeks, and we're the only ones who wash this.
This is a maintenance customer of ours who comes every month.
Yeah, just on a big road trip as well, so naturally, it's pretty filthy. I mean, look at my finger there. So what are we going to do? Spray straight on?
So this is Blaze Direct. So Luminus does have sort of two categories of products, I suppose. You've either got the direct category, which is already pre-diluted for you, which is ready for you to use, like an RTU, or there is straight chemical that requires dilution. So this is the direct. They've already diluted this for us. We're going to spray it directly on our wheel and tire. There is, from what I can see, we've already used it on the other side, so as far as I can see, there is no sort of iron remover element to this chemical. It doesn't turn purple or anything like that, and so this is just a straight cleaner. I would say the pH is going to be relatively high. It's all in Korean on the back here, so I can't really talk to you too much, but application method. People really love to question our application method, so I'll read it out to you. Spray on the surface of the wheel and tire and wait a minute before rinsing with a pressure washer. Severe dirt, remove with a brush. Repeat the procedure if necessary. Carefully use on tuned wheels and do not use on hot surfaces.
Okay, so not a hot surface today, and definitely, like, we're going against the instructions here because it is saying on a wheel like this that is really dirty that we need to agitate, but we're going to test it without the agitation, so I think let's...
And what's quite interesting about these caps here is that it's a foaming type cap, or you can not foam it by pushing off the end here, which stops that. I guess it's a little mesh grill there, so you can either have straight shoot, well, I guess the mist, or you can put the cap on and you can go straight.
Get the foam on there. What way are you going to apply? You going to go foam? I think the only challenging thing with that foamer is to get coverage across the wheel, you have to use a lot of product. I almost wonder if it's best to flick to the mist and then kind of do a mist across the rest of the surface.
I think you get, yeah, right, you get a better coverage with the misting.
I think you do.
But then does the mist last as long?
Oh, I think the mist is going to start to run away. I mean, you can see it there. Your mist is wanting to disappear. And this is exactly what you're saying. There is no remnants of iron removal because we don't, well, there might be, but it's definitely not a colour changing technology, is it? Like the driveway runoff here is not
And you can
purple,
see
it's
that
not
it's
red.
already pulling stuff out of the tyre here, so that's all dirt that's being pulled out of there. So we're seeing this product work pretty quickly. I'd say it's probably a high pH cleaner.
And I think one of the
Definitely
things,
smells like a high pH chemical.
yeah, I think one of the things here, right, so the way that this was foamed on, like we've got this inside spoke, which has mist, whereas, you know, if you come around here where Glenn has done the mist as well, you've got it. So I think that if you are going to use the foaming sprayer, would you agree you're going to use quite a lot of product?
Yeah, and so this is kind of our argument that we talk about all the time, is that yes, I've used it straight up. We've got pure chemical out of here. We haven't got a dilution factor. But the foam wasn't that good, and the spraying, it's quite difficult. That's why Glenn and I like to use a foam cannon. People get really upset when we use foam cannon with chemical like this, because as we pull through the foam cannon, we get a dilution that's going to be less than the chemical, but our coverage is the best you can get.
Well, some key area that you
And we've
missed
just
here,
demonstrated that, you know?
like look through to the barrel. So the barrel is one area. You've managed to get some through here. I can tell you, if we had the foam sprayer or the foam gun, we would have got all through inside the barrels, and it gives us the ability as well to do the arches.
So that's just something to, you know, to keep in mind here. Yes, pure chemical coverage is not as good. You use a foam cannon, dilution is not as strong, but you get better coverage. You can use an IK foamer that we do use, but we won't go down that pathway. They generate another set of problems. So I think we'll let this dwell. Basically, you don't want this to dry. If you're using in direct sunlight, that dwell time is going to be even less. And they say do not use on a hot wheel, but if you do put it on a hot wheel, treat that with extreme caution. We will push this basically all the way until we can see that that chemical's just on the verge of drying. We'll give that a rinse. We'll go and do a straight rinse on there, and we can show you sort of how much cleaning power has been done.
Okay, so we've left it for another minute or so, ready to rinse. So we're going to step back and we're going to go immediately to this back wheel. We're going to rinse that off.
So I went around that wheel twice because people will say I rinse one better than the other. So more rinsing happened on this wheel than the chemical wheel.
That one there, yep.
So to give that a chance.
I think we've got to dry them, but what we need to do here, we need to accelerate the drying. We cannot use a towel, because if we use a towel, it's going to show how good we are at wiping dirt off these wheels. I think before we dry, we'll pull the leaf blower out, but this is kind of what we're looking at here. I think it's pretty clear that you're going to have quite a bit of dirt. Like if I rub there, and then if I come to this front wheel, I mean,
you can see the
clear.
line that you did there, so there's still a bit of dirt on there. But I think people don't watch the whole video, and people struggle to listen throughout the video. Yes, we understand we have to do some manual agitation. There's no such thing as a touch-free car wash or a touch-free wheel wash that's going to do a good job. We are going to have to agitate, but we just want to see how well the chemical does at cleaning. How much power does that chemical have? Because if I introduce a brush, you're just assessing how good I am at scrubbing, because I could clean these with water and a brush, okay? And so just a little bit of a mid-section or mid-video explanation there in case people want to skip along. But let's dry these.
Yeah, accelerate this along. We're going to do the same at the back. So we've dried both of the wheels now, and I mean,
There's one's had work done on it and the other one hasn't.
Correct.
So if you come into the one that had the chemical on there, I mean, for all the sort of spokes that are facing upwards where product would land on, has had the better type of cleaning. If we come into the inside here, maybe not so much. If we come over to our line, Glenn did a couple of lines there, you can say there's still some cleaning required, and we absolutely understand that that's going to be needed. But I think the chemical has done a pretty good job of getting some of that dirt and grime off, and it's also started to, I guess, break down some of that heavier stuff. Now, this is at the point now where we could apply more product and we'd probably get even more cleaning done, or we would apply more product here and then we would get into our contact wash. We have removed most of the brake contaminants and grime off these wheels. It is way safer for us to now come into our contact wash and start cleaning. If we had all that stuff on there and we just started getting in there with the brushes, then we've increased our chances of causing some marring and scratching. So Luminus Blaze, I think, has done a pretty good job. Go and have a look at the back wheel and you will probably agree with me that there has been some cleaning done in a touchless type fashion.
and I think it's important what Glenn said just then on a gloss black wheel to get as much as you can off, because if a wheel like this needed to be polished, that is a big job, and they do scratch really easily. It's kind of like your gloss black trim on your car. So you can see on here, I mean, the line there versus that line on the front wheel. So the rinse alone on here, definitely not ample. I mean, on that front wheel, I could stand back 6 foot and go, do you know what? I could probably get away with just driving, putting some tyre dressing on, moving away. That wheel there, I think it's pretty clear. I'm probably about 7-8 foot away right now. And then if I bring us along to the front wheel, I think probably half acceptable. Definitely not acceptable for our client here. We do need to go and do a full contact wash on here. And we did have another wheel, so we did the exact same thing on the other side. So this wheel right here has gone through the touchless process as well.
And then followed by a contact wash where I remove the remainder of the dirt and grime. And I'm just going to show you what sort of water beading properties we have on this wheel before I apply Luminus Aqua, which is going to be our protectant to the wheel. That's a spray and water activated type product. It's going to cause hydrophobic wet coat, easy application, super hydrophobic.
So this is
a lot
similar
of gloss,
to something.
12 weeks durability. I doubt you're going to get 12 weeks durability, but again, it's in Korean at the back, and it says, firstly, wash the vehicle with shampoo. Well, we do the wheels first. Spray it onto the whole vehicle, including paintwork, glass, and alloys. We are just going to do the and alloy section. Recommends foam lance before drying. Wash off immediately the whole vehicle. Do not use on hot surfaces. Do not let dry. And durability max 12 weeks, depends on usage. And so we're just going to apply this to our alloys. And so we have cleaned our alloys.
Show us the water behaviour.
And then
I would say pretty non-existent. And then we're just going to mist some of this product on there. Interesting, does this have a foaming sprayer too? No, it doesn't.
no, just a straight
We
sprayer.
had a foamer as well.
Right. Does it have a scent?
I'm gonna go with a no, just as a guess.
It smells perfumey.
Oh, it does too. Like floral.
Mm.
Like roses.
It probably smells like aqua.
It's like a rose garden. It's like Nana's rose garden. Mist that on.
It's probably too much, but
It is probably heaps. You just let that sit for a second and then we're going to water activate it. Yeah, I mean, we've definitely picked up some hydrophobics there because we have some water beading rather than those big pools right there. And I think if we pulled out that leaf blower, should be able to remove that nice and easily. So I think it's safe to say the product definitely gave us the hydrophobics and what you can just see with the leaf blower there.
okay, so there you go. That is a very quick introduction to the Luminus Wheel and Tyre Cleaner Blaze and to the Luminus Aqua hydrophobic chemical here. And so I think both of these products have done a really good job. We got the wheels pretty clean, and we also added some protection to the wheels. And so this combination, I think, has worked pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how this has gone. It's worked very quickly, very effectively, and I think we've got some pretty decent results. So that is it from Omni Garage. If you want to pick up some of these products, go to the House of Rags and use the coupon code Omni Garage. That will save you 10% off at checkout. We are affiliated with the House of Rags, so no cost to you guys, but it just helps us out buy more products and be able to develop more cool videos and show you some great stuff going forward. That's it from Omni Garage, and we'll catch you guys next week. Ciao.
Oh.